Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the Tucson Arena as we get set to drop the puck on our military appreciation game of the season. Another 1 p.m. start here for the Wildcats, and probably one of the most important starts of the season. Coming off a very disappointing overtime loss to Oklahoma yesterday, this Wildcats group is looking to bounce back, get the ship back on the right track, and start pushing for the dominance that this team is able to achieve when they're playing at a full clip. Jesse Lowell is drawing back into the lineup, as well as Tristan Swiger. It'll be good to see them back in the top six, hopefully add some of that offensive punch. I will say, though, for Oklahoma, Culbertson Bond in net had a fantastic game yesterday, really kept Oklahoma in it. A deceptive team in terms of the rankings. They came in here yesterday, played a good, solid game, kept working, got the win in overtime. Today, an opportunity for the Wildcats to show that much better hockey is possible out of this group. So we will be back with you for Puck Drop in just a couple minutes. This is Wildcat Hockey. Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to another edition of the Bear Down Breakdown here with head coach Chad Berman. Moving into this weekend against Oklahoma, they've been averaging 4 goals a game so far this season. What does your group need to do to be ready for that offensive firepower?
I think it's a group that plays hard. Like I've gone against this coach for a while now, and it's been a bit since he's been back in the league, and great to see Peter back. And their teams go hard. I mean, he was a hard-nosed player. That's how they're going to play. They're going to be heavy on the forecheck, so we've got to make sure we're quick up onto the zone. We're communicating, holding up where we can, taking care of the little things. But we've got to keep it simple. You don't want to give a team like this any easy transition plays.
At home, the power play has been clicking at about 30% for the Wildcats. What have you liked out of that group, either one unit or the other, and what can you do to keep continuing that success at home on the power play?
Yeah, we've got a lot of weapons, obviously, so it's about finding pieces and where to put them, and I think we're getting closer to that. I think the bigger thing is we're starting to layer on the things that we've been working on. We were at the beginning, it was really just about the fundamentals of moving pucks quick, retrieving, getting pucks to the net, and then since then we've been able to work on some set plays, some different situations, puck retrieval scenarios. So I think it's starting to kind of layer on and get more familiar and comfortable and repeatable. And hopefully we can capitalize on that. But obviously, Swiger's out with a DQ for Friday, so we're going to have to make an adjustment there and, until he can come back. And it's nice to have the depth to make those adjustments.
You pride yourself on accountability for this group, whether it's disciplinary stuff, performance stuff. How helpful for you as a coach to have those depth guys be able to push up into the roster spots and make guys realize that if the effort isn't there, someone's coming for that ice time?
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Obviously, it's hard to please 30 guys when you got 21 in the lineup and all 30 guys can help you, but it certainly gives me leverage. I don't want guys to practice scared. I want them to feel comfortable to make mistakes, and as long as it's with effort to improve. So certainly that's not the indicator, but when you start repeating mistakes or you can't do the job that we need, it's a good thing for our culture, for our practices, for the compete level on a day-to-day. I think it makes us better over the 6-month period, and this is the deepest roster we've ever had. It's going to be deeper next year, and that's what it takes to be successful. I was thinking just the other day, it seems like every time we go to UNLV, we're injured, and I'm like, why are they never injured? And the truth is, they have the depth to have next man up, and they have another guy ready, and so we're making improvements there, and we'll continue to do so, but it's certainly a strength of our team this year.
Who are you looking at to really lead the tempo for this weekend? Is there any specific guy coming out of that UNLV weekend that you thought battled especially hard, or is there any group of guys you're specifically looking to set the tone for this Oklahoma weekend?
I think we're just looking to get better. It was a tough weekend there in UNLV. We played hard. There was things we can leave with positive, certainly some things we need to clean up. But the fact of the matter is we got swept. They're better than us right now, and it doesn't sit well with us. So we'd better get better, and we understand that challenge. We'll see them again here in our building in about a month. So how much better can we get in a month? These are 2 really big conference games. We'd like to get it back on track there in that regard and keep ourselves in the hunt for a conference championship. And to do so, we'd better win Friday to give ourselves a chance for a sweep Saturday. But I know Oklahoma. This is going to be a grinded-out type of a game. These games are always very intense. It's a great brand for the fans to come see, and obviously Oklahoma draws well, and so hopefully it's a big weekend. There's not a lot of room for mediocrity. If you're not ready to go on a night-to-night basis, you're going to pay for it. And playing on the road's tough. tough. That was tough opportunity there we had in UNLV. We're excited to get home. We want to take advantage of our home ice. We're good at home, just like most teams in this conference. And so, one of the things we want to build off last weekend is we had slow starts both games. So it's really going to be important that we show up on time, prepared to go.
Wildcat hockey. There's an atmosphere to this game. The icy chill that hovers in the air. The rumble of dedicated fans against the glass. The sound of metal carving its path. Someone once said hockey was figure skating in a war zone. They weren't exactly wrong. There's an athletic tradition at the University of Arizona, one that isn't deterred by cacti or blistering heat. A tradition of hard work, perseverance, and preparation. A tradition of camaraderie and of school spirit. It grants us hope when times are hard and makes us strong so we can rise to our feet again. This tradition, it lives inside these players, and it lives inside their fans. So join us. We're ready to bear down. And something tells us you are too.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the Tucson Arena as we get set to drop the puck on Military Appreciation Afternoon. Feels like it should be Military Appreciation Evening, but these afternoon starts change up the vernacular a tiny bit. So the Wildcats looking for a massive bounce-back game here. We'll go into that a little bit more after the starting lineups are announced. But head coach Chad Berman looking to really get something special out of this group after last night's disappointing loss.
Wildcats. At left wing from Gilbert, Arizona, number 3, Brian Erickson. And right wing from Santa Rosa, California, number 23, Ari Rossi. At center from Phoenix, Arizona, number 11, Will Josephson. At left defense from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, number 38, Luke Busby. And at right defense from Wayne, New Jersey, number 7, Nicholas Chioka. And in goal for the Wildcats from Fargo, North Dakota, number 1, Nate Goldsby. And now, fans, we ask you to rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
No, it's just different goalie going.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
As we get set to drop the puck here on this Saturday matinee, Nate Gulsvig getting his first start in the ACHA for the Wildcats in net after Nicholas Sepinen had started every other game so far this season. So the 6'7" Nate Gulsvig, the guy they call Groot in the locker room, getting his first shot in the ACHA against an Oklahoma team that has been offensively potent this season despite their ranking. And yesterday afternoon, Oklahoma was able to come into the Tucson Arena, play spoilers, beat the Wildcats in overtime 3-2. Wildcats had some struggles, especially on the penalty kill yesterday. Oklahoma, a team not necessarily known for their power play prowess. U of A certainly made them look good during the first penalty kill for the Wildcats. They weren't even able to clear the zone. So this is a big game here for these Wildcats and this group to really show what they're made of. The first couple minutes of this game are really going to set the tone for the Wildcats responding. There was a players-only meeting after the game yesterday, so you can only imagine what the message was, as this team certainly is more capable of playing a better brand of hockey than what we saw yesterday. So it's going to be legs, pace, physicality, opportunities. Wildcats want to go at the Sooners as hard as they can right off the bat. Will Josephson really mixing it up out there early, but the Wildcats do need to be careful about heading into the box. So definitely like the tenacity from Will Josephson there, trying to set the tone. Always have to have someone setting the tone, but definitely just want to make sure you keep it below the line of infraction. So now Wildcats looking to wind up in their zone. Oklahoma doing a good job on the forecheck, and they're able to turn the puck over. A big hit there by Ari Rossi on Dominchuk. So Ari Rossi also trying to get physically involved early. That's Nate Gulsvig. You can see just how much of that net he takes away, standing about 7 foot on skates. So now it'll be Sinclair, but a good job there by Sandoval. Good space to get that turnover. He takes a tumble into the boards. Good hit there by Jesse Lowell as he draws back into the lineup and does what Jesse Lowell does. Now Fisher, he can't get a shot through the traffic. Jesse Lowell not in yesterday's lineup, little nagging injury, so as he draws back in, he is that guy that does set the tone so often for the Wildcats, both on the bench and on the ice. Yesterday, the absence of Lowell certainly felt. There's no one on this team that can quite play like him. So the Wildcats very happy to have him back. Tristan Swiger also drawing back into the lineup. So we'll see his presence and see what kind of energy he can bring as well. As the Wildcats, after icing, they throw it all the way down, but icing waved off here, and Jesse Lowell trying to hustle onto that puck first, and he does. Tries to ring it back around the net. Nothing going there. So Eddie Slack on a line with Tristan Swiger and Jesse Lowell. Eddie Slack, one of the 2 goal scorers for the Wildcats yesterday. Had an absolute beauty of a wrist shot right off of a face-off play. So the Wildcats doing a good job here dictating the pace so far. Slack feeds the middle to Shetland. Shetland, quick shot, just goes wide. So the Wildcats, good pace here as they look to try to hem Oklahoma in their zone, and Overland pinches. He's able to keep it deep. Now Myers does a good job getting that back to the point. Quick shot, doesn't get through the traffic, but the Wildcats trying to go low to high here. Create some opportunities that way. Certainly a shot-first mentality will not hurt them, as arguably the best player for Oklahoma yesterday was their netminder. So interesting to see. He's getting his 3rd start in 4 days. I was very impressed with Culbertson Bond's game yesterday. He was only beaten by 2 absolutely wired wristers over the shoulder. Quick chance there off the face-off, just goes wide. Overland crazy carom off the boards. And Culbertson Bond had to be aware for that, so now the Wildcats keep the forecheck going. Cosden, he goes hard there in on Blake. Now Malco with it. He goes back to the point to Overland. Quick shot there. Ziegler not able to get good wood on it, but it keeps it in the zone. The pressure keeps mounting. So Oklahoma now with a chance off the rush. Sadler trying to go down the ice. He takes a shot at Hodgson. And Hodgson, who's been a guy not shy about mixing it up this season, we'll see if he takes a number. So now Oklahoma, really for the first time in this period, 16:47 left. They try to get a breakout. Good job there. I believe that was Ari Rossi throwing another good solid hit. Certainly a part of his game that he wants to keep improving upon. He's a physical presence. And having a guy like that can push the team back on its heels. Quick shot there from the point from Chioka with Erickson out in front. Good job there from Chioka to find the lane. Another quick shot in. So Culbertson Bond, that's right into the OU on his chest, but the Wildcats, good job there, not turning down an opportunity to get shots from the point. And that's something I think the Wildcats defense can certainly improve upon, is just trying to find those shooting lanes, not looking for the perfect backdoor pass, and just simply peppering pucks on net from the point. See how many rebound goals are scored in the ACHA, and it's a big part of it is shots from the point and crashing the net down low. So Josephson in a battle along the boards. As Oklahoma just tries to shove that out of the zone. And the Wildcats will throw it right back in. So the Wildcats getting the better of the pressure so far in this period. Josephson, he tries to go around his man, not able to, but the Wildcats keep possession. Now it's Brian Erickson down low. Go back to the point. So the Wildcats working at low to high here, trying to get Culbertson Bond looking every which way. And now Chioka, he looks for a lane, gets it across. Quick shot there. Culbertson Bond with the glove save. Number 16, Barone, is going to mix it up down low. Barone on the back end for Oklahoma, certainly probably their best defenseman yesterday. Had a very effective game, so the Wildcats looking to break through that Oklahoma defense. Getting that first goal would be so important for this group here. Now a chance off the faceoff. Quick shot just goes wide on the blocker side of Culbertson Bond. That was basically exactly where Eddie Slack scored from yesterday. That quick draw off the faceoff, take the puck to the middle of the slot. Quick shot. Lowell, good job there to separate man from the puck. Fisher and Dominchuk tie up at the blue line. Wildcats almost come away with it. And now Swiger will just dump it in for Lowell to chase. Horn had to look over his shoulder knowing Lowell was coming. Fisher, he drops that one down low. Lowell with a great reverse hit. Now maybe a chance here in the slot. Swiger just couldn't get that shot off, but what a different look this Wildcats team has when Jesse Lowell is on the ice. Almost a little turnover there, but Hodgson takes away the space from Sinclair. And Oklahoma was very opportunistic yesterday. They scored the first on the power play. Second came off of a rush after the Wildcats had a couple great opportunities of their own. And Nate Golsvig, 14:30 left to go in the first, and it's been a quiet start to his ACHA career. Has not faced a single shot on goal yet. So now Myers will get in on the forecheck. Leave it for Shetland. Shetland just couldn't drag it around to the front, but Myers has it. Waits, turns, and shoots. And Culbertson Bond did a good job of sealing that post off. I think Myers was trying to elevate that puck over the pads, just couldn't quite get it. But the Wildcats all over Oklahoma so far in this game. So not exactly sure what the message that was sent during that players only meeting, but whatever was said has seemed to have gotten through to the Wildcats as they've taken a dominant position here in the first, just not able to break the ice yet. But it's always the catch-22 of hockey when you've got that offensive momentum and you're building and building, but don't convert. All the time you see pucks go the other way, so the Wildcats need to turn this pressure into scoring opportunities as often as they can. And hopefully give Nate Goldsvig some good scoring support. Hodgson knocked down to the ice there, so the refs letting them play today. So back into the Oklahoma zone as Howe settles it down. He got the overtime winner for Oklahoma yesterday. But now maybe a chance here. Karam off the boards. Ziegler gets it on the forecheck. He takes a bump. Cosden in support. Good job there, though, from Barone to shut down that opportunity. But the Wildcats back to the point now. They go slot to Ziegler. Back to Chioka, making the Oklahoma Sooners work hard to stay in lanes. Little touch pass to Malco. He tries to avoid the traffic of Oklahoma and the referee, and Malco able to come away with it. Some nifty stick handles there through the pads, or through the legs, I should say. So Malco showing, and he had a great weekend up in UNLV despite the losses. Talking with Coach Berman and Tanner, they were really happy with Malco's game. Hard hit behind the net there as Chioka's tangled up. So Chioka still stuck in the offensive zone as the Wildcats look to tag up. He calls for the puck. Gets enough on it. Good hit there by Ari Rossi. He's come to play today. And the Wildcats not shying away from the body, maybe taking out some of those frustrations from yesterday afternoon. Ari Rossi with a beautiful move. They go to the slot. Just couldn't quite get the shot off there on the back end. With the military jerseys, I think some of the numbers are a little bit scrambled for the Wildcat players, because I was trying to figure out, I couldn't remember who 21 was, and remember the military jersey night probably changed up things a little bit. They do tend to be reused from season to season, so not everyone with their accurate numbers. So it'll be a little bit of a Where's Waldo type game, trying to find out exactly who's who. I think only two jerseys, 21 and 33, to me so far look like they're different, so try to get that sorted out in between periods. Make sure I know who all the Wildcats are. So now Overland, he'll hammer that one. Rides the boards all the way around. Josephson gets to it first. And now low for Oklahoma. He takes a hard hit in front of the Wildcat bench. Probably more hitting so far in the first 8 minutes of this period than we saw out of the Wildcats all day yesterday. So setting the tone physically. Erickson couldn't make it down the boards, and now Lowe in transition. He's going to bring it back the other way. Lowe drops it there to Mondow. They try to go to the slot. Good defensive play there by the Wildcats to not let that pass get through, but now Mondow in the U of A zone. Oklahoma looking for their first shot of the period. Almost 9 minutes gone in the first. Thank you to everyone for tuning into the stream today. If you do get a chance to make it down to the Tucson Arena, we'd love to have you in person, as Jesse Lowell just absolutely obliterates Howe. So Jesse Lowell with a couple days worth of energy and a couple days worth of hits. Now Lowell out in front, quick shot. Culbertson Bond barely got a shoulder on that, and it carried him back out in front. So I believe that's, yeah, so 33 is going to be Busby since he's paired with Chioka. So we figured out who 33 was. Now the Wildcats look to set things up as it comes down to Sandoval there. He'll dump it in deep. Now Barone trying to break it out of the zone. Slack was pressuring him. So now Chioka finds the blue line as Eddie Slack dumps it in deep. Shetland in on the forecheck, able to get there first. Shetland and Slack and Myers working well here, getting the forecheck established. Quick shot there, and Eddie Slack with the tip out in front, and a beauty of a goal. It looks like Slack got a piece of that as he was doing the flyby at the front of the net as the bottle pops off. Fisher, though, is the one who's selling, so maybe Slack didn't. But Ryan Fisher, great job there to not turn down the opportunity to shoot, no matter what. Slack was providing the screen. So Ryan Fisher rips one just from above the dot, beats Culbertson Bond over the shoulder. Culbertson Bond didn't even react, so the screen there, perfect from Slack, and I think an Oklahoma player assisting with it. So the Wildcats, who have shut down basically the entirety of the Oklahoma offense so far, able to get the first goal of the game, which for the confidence of this group, not only is the hitting been there, which has really established the tone of this game, getting that first goal is huge. Now the Wildcats with another chance. Costin goes out in front, but too much traffic in the slot for anyone to get a stick on it. Now Dominchuk, he'll dump it in deep behind Overland. Hodgson in support. Great layers there from the Wildcats as Malco joins in. The puck straight out of the zone. Now Rossi in. Shot. Culbertson Bond pad save there. Another opportunity. Quick shot. And Culbertson Bond had to be square to that shot. So great job there between Overland, Hodgson, and Malco. They use the layers. They separate man from puck. Quick out of the zone. And sends Ari Rossi in almost all alone. As Nate Goldsvig's probably feeling a little bit lonely back there in the net, as not a single Oklahoma player has come to say hello with a shot yet. But judging from how Oklahoma played yesterday, he'll get his chance. Now Josephson out in front just off the post. And Will Josephson had a lot of room there on the side of Culbertson Bond. Just hits the post. And Josephson, who had a couple great opportunities yesterday, robbed by the iron. Now out in front, that hits Overland's skate, but the Wildcats quickly up and out. Erickson reaching for that one, just couldn't quite get there. Icing waved off, though. So Erickson, he takes a hard hit into the boards. That was a dangerous area in the ice to take a hit like that, but refs let him play on. So we'll see exactly what the rule set is established at some point during this game. Not a lot of penalties yesterday. Pretty disciplined game so far in this period. Been all even strength 5-on-5 and not a lot of whistles. So now the Wildcats play catch in their own zone. Busby wants to make sure he finds that forward for the outlet. Josephson with Lowell streaking. Josephson, good job there to get it over to Sandoval. He chips it down below the net. Lowell looking for the puck, finds it. Kind of surprised Lowell didn't line up his man there, but going to make a play on the puck instead of the body and almost got a good opportunity out of it. But the Wildcats defense much more active in their shooting. Now maybe a chance, but Barrett just not able to drag it through. So down the wing there, and that'll be an offsides. So 7:30 left to go in the first period. Wildcats striking first. Ryan Fisher credited with the goal, but certainly a lot of credit to Eddie Slack doing the work out in front with the screen. And after his goal yesterday, Eddie Slack really making an impact as he has finally been able to draw back into the lineup on a consistent basis. So good to see Slack getting involved in the offense. And Ari Rossi, I think, having his best game of the season in terms of setting the tone physically. I don't think I had a great hit there at the blue line. That one was by Myers. So Oklahoma getting punished in the body today compared to yesterday, where they had a lot more time and space to work with. Lowe tries to hammer that down. Now Mondow, Goldsvig seals that one off. So his first save of the game comes with 6:57 left to go in the first. But certainly with Goldsvig, if he can see a shot with that frame, he's going to make a save. He does just tower over that net. Oklahoma now trying to set it up in the zone, but Myers reads it perfectly and cuts off the slot pass, and now he'll take it over to the goal scorer, Fisher. He goes in low with the puck, so Fisher activating on the defense with Overland covering at the point. But a pinch there from Ziegler, kind of lost his man in coverage. They try to find the fluttering outlet pass, but knocked down with a high stick. So we will get one of our few whistles of the period here. 6:29 left to go. Wildcats up 1 on a goal from Ryan Fisher. And certainly it seems like the Wildcats made some drastic adjustments as Oklahoma looks like a shadow of the team that we saw yesterday. But obviously a lot of hockey left to play here this afternoon. Oklahoma was able to just grind away and keep themselves in yesterday's game. Wildcats certainly cannot let the foot off the gas. Malco with a quick chance out in front. And Culbertson Bond able to settle that one down. And that's one thing about Culbertson's Bond game that I noticed as well. He's incredibly good at controlling rebounds, kicking pucks out to the boards. Doesn't let a lot of trash sit down in front of him to be picked up on rebounds. So the Wildcats have only been able to beat him clean so far in these last 2 games over the shoulder. So going high seems to be the move on Culbertson Bond because he is very good at working the butterfly, getting down low and sealing off the bottom of the net. So now Overland with a quick shot with a lot of traffic out in front. The Defense for the Wildcats taking a lot of shots. A quick little blind turnaround shot there. Another chance as Culbertson Bond has to seal off the post. So just as I talk about Culbertson Bond's strength in the butterfly, multiple chances with the Wildcats jamming at the pads, and those opportunities come from shots from the point. Very glad to see the Wildcats taking more advantage of those lanes, those shot lanes from the point that yesterday it seems like they turned down a number of opportunities to get the puck on net. Just too many passes, one too many passes too often. But the Wildcats have simplified things here today. Play the body, pucks on net. Cliches exist for a reason, and those are two of the biggest ones in hockey. So now Swiger, he'll throw it behind the net. Lowell picks that up, pressured there by Blake. But good puck support in the Wildcats. Now Jesse Lowell in the slot just rolls off of his stick, or he would have had a golden opportunity there as Jesse Lowell won that puck battle and came circling off the boards. So Busby with a great little interrupt there, breaks up the flow of play, and Jesse Lowell buries another man at center ice. So Lowell looking to get into the double-digit hit category here today. Pad the stats if you can, especially since he did not play yesterday. Some very fresh legs for the always imposing Jesse Lowell. And now Tyler Shetland in all alone, quick shot. Culbertson Bond fights that off. So Tyler Shetland with a great opportunity there, and Culbertson Bond had to be aware. Now Fisher with a beauty of a move down the boards. Goes out into the slot, puck bouncing around. Wildcat still with possession. Back to the point, quick shot there. Culbertson Bond barely got a glove on that one. So the Wildcats dominating the offensive zone at the moment. Chioka into the slot. Shetland, quick shot. Another save by Culbertson Bond as he blockered that one away. So Tyler Shetland getting frustrated by the skill of Culbertson Bond. So now Chioka, great little patient move there to wait out Cavalcanti. Another quick shot from the point. Looking like a power play here for the Wildcats as they're able to change out behind the play. Now Chioka waits again. Cavalcanti trying to take away the slot, but they find the pass. Quick shot there from Erickson coming off the bench as Culbertson Bond is just getting peppered here. So the Wildcats, we talked about the first period, we talked about the response to last night's game. This is what the Wildcats need to see for a full 60 minutes, as they have just dominated Oklahoma in this first period. Scoreboard might not look like it, but certainly the time in the attacking zone and shots on goal are reflective of it, as Goldsvig has only faced one shot so far in 16 minutes of hockey here. So Erickson fights that one, gets it off the boards. Rossi down low. Erickson couldn't connect, but able to go back to the point. Hodgson quickly over to Overland. Now Overland. Rossi just couldn't settle down the bouncing puck, but Josephson gets it back to him. Now Overland to Hodgson. He throws that one down low, hits Josephson in the shoulder, but it comes down to his feet. Josephson fighting it off, able to keep possession. Overland just happy to throw it down low. They try to go for the behind the back pass to the slot. Ari Rossi was trying to line up another hit there and not able to connect. Quick shot in on Goldsvig. He sees that the whole way, so only his second test of the game. But for goaltenders, when you're not seeing a lot of pucks and you're spending most of your time standing around, can probably make those rushes up the ice feel a little bit more intimidating when you can't quite get yourself into the groove of the game. But luckily for Goldsvig, he's about 7 feet tall on skates, so there's not a whole lot to shoot at. So if Goldsvig does get a little bit cold in the legs, he probably doesn't have to be doing a lot of moving around anyway with his frame. But Wildcats have done a great job supporting him. They know that this is his first game in the ACHA with a rookie goalie. If you've got some veteran defensemen that can protect them, limit high danger opportunities, and just let them settle in. So good job there by Oklahoma to get it into the zone. An interesting choice to go to the slot there, but Chioka kind of tipped it away to the far boards, helped out Oklahoma. As this one's tied up at the blue line, Lowe in a battle there, along with Rieger. So Lowe does come away with it. And now Payne, the top point getter for Oklahoma. Just Phil Mickelson's that one to the blue line. He'll come over the line. Now Payne looking for the sharp angle shot. Goldsvig with a good blocker save there. So Payne, who had 16 points in 13 games. Goldsvig, good job there to seal it off. So now Oklahoma with a couple chances at the end of the period as the Wildcats look a little bit gassed on this shift. Chioka trying to control, get some support there. Wildcats not able to clear, but Goldsvig will hold it, get the whistle. 1:49 left to go in the first period. Wildcats on the board first with the goal coming from Ryan Fisher. And after about 18 minutes of no offensive zone time for Oklahoma, in those final 15 seconds there or so, they are able to get a couple shots in on Goldsvig. Now that puck bounces out to the slot and a chance here. Quick shot. Goldsvig never saw that one as it got blocked wide. A lot of bodies out in front, so the Wildcats want to clear out that crease, make sure Goldsvig can get a look at those shots. Jesse Lowell, he's going to get on his horse here, try to beat out Howe. But Howe able to wave the stick at it, get it out to the neutral zone. So Jesse Lowell reads that, pinches it off on the boards. Wildcats see if they press for another one here with 1:12 left, or just try to settle things down so Oklahoma doesn't have any momentum heading into the intermission. Howe able to get that one past Lowell with the carom off the boards.
1 minute remaining.
So 1 minute remaining in the period. As Ryan Fisher, he'll outlet that to Lowell. Little touch pass to Shetland as he looks to wind up the speed. Shetland, he goes wide, gets into the zone. Shetland stops, turns up, waits for reinforcements. Back to Overland. Overland, quick shot there that was going wide, but Culbertson Bond decides to settle things down. So Tyler Shetland, just such a quick skater when he's able to wind up that speed along the boards. Able to get the zone entry, goes back to the point. And Overland, who has not turned down any opportunities to shoot here in this first period. So Swiger comes off the bench to take the face off. Not able to get possession. Is Oklahoma here trying to get something done before the end of the first period. That's been all Wildcats. So now Myers not able to get it to Slack, and now it's going to be number 88 Lowe for Oklahoma, who dumps it in deep. Hodgson with Payne on, or Overland with Payne shadowing him, but it comes out to Eddie Slack. Want to make smart plays at your own blue line. A great feed there to Shetland, but it's just offsides. What a great crisp pass there, as I think Shetland just tried to turn into the zone a tiny bit too quickly. So this one will come out for the face-off just outside the Wildcat zone. As what has certainly been a successful first period for the Wildcats. Could have had a couple more goals with the amount of chances they've had, but they have just absolutely stifled Oklahoma's offense so far, but can always make adjustments in between periods, and we'll see what happens in the second. Big hit there along the boards, old school hip check. So I think the Wildcats in Oklahoma probably going to have a couple words for each other, but have to respect the hip check game when you see it. So the Wildcats take a 1-0 lead heading into the first intermission. A little bit of conversation here between teams as they head off the ice. So should be an exciting second period here at the Tucson Arena. Sebastian Janik with you for this Saturday matinee. We'll be back to bring you the second period in just a little bit. This is Wildcat Hockey. Coming into another home weekend here at the Tucson Arena, 4 straight home wins. What does it mean to keep that dominance going in your own barn?
Yeah, I mean, it means everything to us. You know, we get a lot of fans here, and we just try and play our best for those guys and get the win every time we get an opportunity to.
So how have you felt about, there's been some different line mates you've had so far this season. Things have been a little bit juggly. As a veteran player, how do you kind of deal with some of those difficulties that arise when the lines are juggled?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a difficulty. I mean, we're a very versatile team. It's nice when Coach Berman can, use me at center or wing. And we got a lot of guys who can play both positions. So, like I said, it's just nice having that versatility as a team.
Oklahoma coming in this weekend, they've been averaging about 4 goals a game. What do you guys need to do, both as your forwards and for your defensemen to shut down some of that offense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I haven't played Oklahoma since my freshman year, but they've always been quick. They've always been hard-hitting. So, we're a good defensive team. So as long as we stick to our systems, we shouldn't have a problem shutting them down.
Welcome to Bulldog Nation. I'm Jennifer Flagg, Magnet Coordinator at Mansfield Magnet Middle School, and I'm thrilled to introduce you to our incredible school. Mansfield Magnet Middle School is an A+ award-winning, nationally recognized science, technology, engineering, and mathematics magnet school located on 6th Street, right across from the University of Arizona. We are a community dedicated to students' academic and personal success for today and the future through STEM education. At Mansfield, our quest is to be the best. Teachers embed at least one of 17 STEM practices in every lesson, in every class, every day, so that students experience inquiry and collaborative problem solving throughout their day. One of the things that makes Mansfield so special and successful is that STEM is integrated throughout the entire curriculum. We have a 7-period day, which allows students to take specialized STEM courses in addition to the core curriculum. They also engage in quarterly cross-curricular STEM units in which they engage in topics and problems from a variety of perspectives and content areas. We also partner with the University of Arizona and a variety of community organizations to host family STEM nights and STEM challenges to enrich and extend student learning. And we are a technology-rich campus with a 1-to-1 iPad program through our Verizon Innovative Learning Schools grant. But Mansfield isn't just about STEM. We offer GATE, pre-advanced placement, and intervention classes to ensure that every student is challenged and supported to reach their full potential. In 8th grade, students can take up to 5 high school credit classes in English, math, science, Spanish, and teen court. As a comprehensive middle school, we also have an extraordinary fine arts program that includes visual art, chorus, band, orchestra, and guitar. Students can also choose to study Spanish, take PE, or deepen their STEM learning with Science Olympiad. And we're very proud of our girls and boys sports teams, including volleyball, basketball, cross country, soccer, and track and field. While Mansfield is able to offer all of these opportunities, we're also sensitive to the transition that our 6th grade students are making from elementary school to middle school. We have a dedicated 6th grade wing, lunchtime, and counselor, and we use a team model so that our 6th graders see the same team of teachers all day. If you are interested in learning more about Mansfield Magnet Middle School, please visit our website or our Facebook page, or call the Magnet office at 520-225-1807. Go Bulldogs!
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the Tucson Arena as your Wildcats come into the second period with a 1-goal lead. That goal coming from Ryan Fisher on a great shot from the hash marks. Eddie Slack with a great screen out in front. The Wildcats incredibly dominant in that first period, only able to get the 1 goal, but consistently forced Culbertson Bond to make some very high-quality saves, especially Tyler Shetland. He had 2 golden opportunities that Culbertson Bond shut down. So the Wildcats here looking to continue that consistent offensive pressure. And Nate Golsvig in net for the Wildcats, getting his first ACHA game under his belt in his career. He's been solid so far, only faced about 4 shots in that first period. And Dylan Walker out for the second period. So nice little mid-game pickup there on the free agency wire. So interesting to see what Walker can do as he feeds a nice pass through to Swiger. So Lowell and Walker reunited after their great chemistry last season as Busby dumps that in, and Lowell's going to put the pressure and the hit on right away. Jesse Lowell, finish your checks, kids. This Wildcats team just feels so much different when Lowell is on the ice. Now Mondow tries to come over the zone, but Swiger caves him in. Chioka with a little chip there, and now Walker will look for the outlet pass as he tries to get a little space. Pressured there by Payne, though. Lowe lost in coverage, all alone out in front, but the Wildcats able to recover. They try to feed it through to Walker. That hits him, though, knocks right down to Payne, and Golsvig has to make a good save there. So Golsvig hits him in the chest, quickly finds the rebound in the feet. So Oklahoma, after about, I think in the first period, they went about 18 minutes without a shot, kind of came to life at the end of the first. Much better first couple minutes here for Oklahoma. So the Wildcats forced with the reply now as they're able to win the faceoff. Bissett tries to get it down low into the slot. Puck and everyone skates, but Myers comes away with it. Sam Myers dumps into the far corner. Goldstein in there to chase it down, but the Wildcats hard on the forecheck. And a good play there at the blue line as Oklahoma, just by force alone, as Tristan Glass forced that puck out of the zone. But it looks like the Wildcats will get an offensive zone face-off out of it. So chance here for the Wildcats, who were better in the face-off dot as the game went on yesterday. Still not exactly a strength for this team in terms of gaining possession off the face-off, and Oklahoma able to win that one. The Wildcats have been slowly improving on that. Eddie Slack had a great goal off a face-off win yesterday. And now he works it down low to Myers. Myers, quick shot, just glanced off the post over the shoulder of Culbertson Bond. So that's 2 posts hit now for the Wildcats in this game, with Josephson ringing it off the bar in the first period. Myers rings it off the crossbar in this one. Golsvig plays it behind his own net. And that's one thing about goalies like we've seen in the past with Sepinen this season or previously Churro and Bavolsik. They were so good at calmly playing the puck, but a chance here out in front and a tip by Cavalcanti just goes wide on Golsvig. But Oklahoma with a much better offensive structure so far this period. Great block there, laying out the body to get the play done. But Oklahoma now with a great chance, and Golsvig steers that aside as he catches it in the chest. So Nate Golsvig, also known as Groot in the locker room, standing tall both literally and figuratively, takes away any shooting lane there as Sinclair was able to step into one. 17:51 left to go in the period. Wildcats not able to establish that offensive zone pressure yet. Face-off win here could go a long way, but won cleanly back by Oklahoma. Quick shot there from the point, and they score. So a face-off win there. Barone throws it on net, bodies out in front, and Oklahoma ties this at 1. So those importance of those face-off wins as Oklahoma is able to win that cleanly back to the D-man. They put the bodies out in front of the eyes of Golsvig, and just a seeing eye shot through a screen beats him. So all tied up at 1 here now in the second as the Oklahoma has been much better so far to start this period. So the Wildcats able to win that face-off here. Turned over at the red line. So the Wildcats will look to set it up, get their first opportunities of some of their first opportunities of the period after they wrung it off the post earlier. Now Howe gets it over there, just not able to connect with his partner. But Oklahoma, much better skating legs here in the second period, as the Wildcats look to have taken a step slowed down. So now a chance for the breakout. Head up all the way, tries to get the pass through to Erickson, deflected multiple times, so not able to connect. And they go up to Joy. Joy, he waves it into the zone. Overland and Hodgson are going to chase him. Hodgson lines up the hit. Great job there. So he's going to get into a bit of a tussle behind the net. Joy a little bit slow to get up, but he looks okay, which is good to see. So now Overland with Hodgson. Joy still hard on the forecheck. Wildcats scrambling to get out of their own zone. And that one almost dumped in, but Oklahoma not able to check up on the play, so could not enter the zone as Horn was looking for that outlet pass. We'll see where this face-off comes out to. So this one will come just outside the Oklahoma zone. All tied up at 1 here on a Saturday matinee. It'll come all the way down into the Oklahoma zone. So the Wildcats with an offensive zone face-off here. Good opportunity to try to get some of this offense established, and we're going to go back outside the zone. So a little bit of discussion here about the logistics of where to drop the puck, but it looks like they finally settled on one of the dots. So Oklahoma able to win yet another face-off here. They'll just dump it off the boards. Now the Wildcats looking to get back to their offensive ways as Cosden punches that all the way out of the rink. And that will come back outside the zone. So with 16-19 left in the second period, this is a much different looking game than what we saw in the first. I was personally very impressed by the effort, the hustle, the hitting, the offensive chances of the Wildcats, but Oklahoma's come out here in the second and kind of put a stop to all that momentum. It's up to the Wildcats to reestablish it. No one's going to do the work for them. Now Oklahoma looking to get the transition game going. Malco, he'll turn on the afterburners and get into the zone first. Cosden's going to chase that. Wildcats don't want to overcommit on the defenseman pinching, but a good job there by the third forward to cycle back. Malco tries to find Ziegler. Quick shot there, and Culbertson Bond has to hold it. So the Wildcats do a good job here creating pressure. Culbertson Bond looks like he's in a little bit of discomfort here, as I think he had to get the pad out very quickly. Nope. Might have just been taking a little well-deserved breather, as Culbertson Bond has been so solid so far in these last two games as he checks the equipment a little bit. So now Swiger in to take the face-off against Glass. Oklahoma comes away with it yet again. Those face-offs, problem for the Wildcats. Now Oklahoma, they look to feed it slot. Goldsvig tries to paddle it, but it ends up in the back of the net. So a nothing play to the front of the net. Goldsvig not able to get a solid paddle on it. And the Oklahoma player crashing the net. Looks like that was Dominchuk, a recipient of a gift from the hockey gods, as he scored more with the body than with the stick. So after a great first period for the Wildcats, the tables have turned here as Oklahoma takes a 2-1 lead. And the Wildcats need a jolt of life here, and Jesse Lowell trying to provide it. So the Wildcats now looking to defend again. Quick shot in on Goldsvig, and almost another second chance opportunity. Puck still loose as no one can tie it up. And the Wildcats will just have to be satisfied with throwing this one out of the zone. And the box will finally have an occupant for the first time this game, as refs are going to take them both. So it's going to be Cavalcanti going to the box for Oklahoma. Fisher going to the box for the Wildcats. Both going for cross-checking. This game is really a turning point in the season for the Wildcats, not only in terms of rankings, standings, and points, but the confidence to know that you can beat teams that you technically should when they come into your own building. A lot of teams in the ACHA struggle on the road, but you have to be good at home. So we'll get 4-on-4 hockey here as the Wildcats push to tie this game up. A must-win game here on this Saturday matinee against Oklahoma. So both of them are going to go for cross-checking after a little bit of extracurriculars when Goldsvig could not tie that puck up, battle out in front of the net. So the Wildcats looking to gain the zone here. Barone not able to seal it off. As Ziegler gets in, they try to go back to Josephson, but Culbertson Bond got the stick down and broke that up. So now the Wildcats look to wind it up behind the net. They shove it out in front, crash play. Wildcats just need to make Culbertson Bond a little bit more uncomfortable there in the crease, and now Ziegler. Nice little move there as he looks to take it middle. Josephson trying to follow it up. 1:20 left to go on the 4-on-4. As Barone here will skate it up for Oklahoma with Ziegler on him. Ziegler puts enough pressure on but loses the stick in the process. So now Blake drops it back to Barone. He gets it over to Sadler, and Oklahoma can't get it deep, so they'll just decide to change out behind the play. Wildcats look to dump it in, establish the zone. So now maybe a chance here. Wildcats still working it down in the zone, just not able to get it out. Culbertson Bond will hold that one, gets a little bit of a stick in there as I do a little bit of housekeeping on the back end. So the Wildcats here down 2-1 in the second period. So in to take the face off, Eddie Slack in the OU zone. Wildcats not able to win that face off, but Slack, second effort, gets the puck back. Turns with it and waits, good patience there, waiting to see if the OU player would put the pressure on, but they gave Slack some space. He takes it for a bit of a skate. Busby tries to get in and support. Slack ties up there as him and Horn go at it along the boards. Slack turns that one over though. Now Payne, he stops up, goes middle. Mondow thinking Payne was going to be waiting back door. No one home though as the teams go back to 5-on-5. So now Walker with it. Some of his first touches of the period. 13 left to go. Now Shetland in. Quick shot, and Culbertson Bond has to fight that one off. As Horn gets in there and mixes it up a little bit. Chioka down in the corner mixing it up with another player. For the fact these teams have not played each other in 4 years, certainly some bad blood between the two. Culbertson Bond, I think that one hit him up in the mask as he's checking the chiclets with the mask off. So hopefully he's not too banged up after that play, as Culbertson Bond has been so solid for Oklahoma yesterday and today. But so far in this second period, it's really been all Oklahoma. So the Wildcats here, just to avoid any copyright type issues, and I don't know how long I have to talk for, just going to turn the mic down here for a minute, and as soon as play gets back going, we'll be back with you. Just because YouTube algorithms are very sensitive to hearing background music, they can copyright anything, so better safe than sorry. Chance out in front, and they score! Great job there, Sam Myers. Goals in back-to-back games. A little break in the play. The Wildcats draw it up, and Myers makes no mistake from out in the slot. He absolutely buries that one. So the Wildcats with a great response here after Oklahoma had the better of the play for most of the period. A little bit of a break as Culverson Bond was shooken up by a shot, but the Wildcats get possession off the face-off. So important, as we've talked about, or I've talked about. Unfortunately, Garrett Kane's not in the booth today as he's taken on the social media role.
Scored by number 15, Sam Myers. Assisted by number 27, Tyler Shetland, and number 26, Lucas Sandoval. Time of the goal, 7:04 of the second period.
So good to see Sandoval getting a point, and a massive hit there by Sandoval as he lined up Bissett. Oh, what a beautiful hit there. So a goal and a hit, and hopefully the Wildcats bench is buzzing as the Tucson faithful start the chant. Now Rossi, he feeds it over. Quick shot there. Culbertson Bond has to make a good save. So some extracurriculars actually after basically every whistle now at this point. These two teams not a fan of each other. But the Wildcats fight back. They tie it up. Sandoval throws a huge hit for the momentum. So hopefully the Wildcats can take that hit, take that goal, do something special with it. Keep that momentum going for the Wildcats, keep OU hemmed in, but good job there by Joy to get that out to the red line as he looks to throw a hit on Fisher. Good job there to tie up along the boards, layers from the Wildcats. Great feed back to the point, quick shot, and Culbertson Bond has to blocker that one out to the corner. Difficult there, but Culbertson Bond, his blocker has been so solid. It's interesting watching Culbertson Bond after some of the plays. I don't know if he's playing through an injury. If he is, absolute warrior out there, but he keeps checking the lip or the teeth. He's taking a couple shots up high, but does a great job fighting that puck off on a good opportunity set up from the point. So the Wildcats here, a little bit more of the offensive rhythm clicking, breaking up OU's play through the neutral zone, which has been much better, but now Blake will look to skate over the red line. Good job there to find Cavalcanti. He's on his horse. They feed it back to the slot. Now Oklahoma setting up, quick shot there. Goldsvig barely got a piece of that. It almost comes back out in front. And we're gonna have a penalty called here as an Oklahoma Sticks player was absolutely shattered. So they're gonna decide that it was Connor Ziegler's fault, or Zach Langus. Looks like he's gonna be heading to the box here. He certainly didn't agree with it. Thought the Oklahoma player broke his own stick. But the refs decided that was not the case, so now the Wildcats power penalty kill, which struggled a lot yesterday as Oklahoma was able to dominate. So the Wildcats here need a good penalty kill at a critical juncture in this game. So the OU sets it up. They try to go cross seam, get away with it there. Now Mondow from the point, traffic out in front, good pad saved by Goldsvig. Josephson trying to get it away from Cavalcanti. And the Wildcats able to clear the zone, so a good job here by the Wildcats, an improvement on yesterday's PK. As Oklahoma tried to set it up from the point, only got one shot off. Still a minute 20 left to go on the power play. Goldsvig, he'll play it. Tries to get enough on it to rim it around the boards, and he does, so good job there by Goldsvig. Doesn't look like his confidence is shaken, willing to play the puck. Jesse Lowell hard on the forecheck. Such a great penalty killer for the Wildcats as he shoves his man down to the ice. Oklahoma trying to set up another good hit along the boards there by Jesse Lowell, but Oklahoma now able to go down below the goal line. Great play there though as Overland did strip the puck, try to get out of the zone, but unfortunately that one heads up into the bench, so the face-off will still be in the U of A zone. So it's going to be Dylan Walker in to take the face-off. So they're able to win that one. Good job there. But Oklahoma fights through to get possession back. Now Howe, he sets it up. Looks to go down. Overland pushes his man down into the boards. Power play, 28 seconds left to go. Oklahoma regains possession. Back to the point. Howe settles it. Gets it over to Blake. Blake to Howe. Waiting for that shooting lane to open, but the Wildcats doing a good job taking away anything as they'll play catch and finally rotate. Now they go over to Sinclair. Lowell commits to him, takes away the space. Sinclair finds Howe. Quick shot. Great block there. So Dylan Walker with a quality shot block on the penalty kill. And that'll be Langus flying out of the box, getting the change. So a great penalty kill there, much improved from yesterday as Nicholas Chioka looks to feed it up. Big hit behind the play on Chioka. He's a little bit slow to get up. So Josephson, he throws a hit of his own. Chioka rejoins the play now. So the Wildcats down below the net. Shetland tries to feed it to Josephson. That was Ziegler who tried to feed it there, just couldn't quite connect. As Culbertson Bond held the post yet again. Great layers here, not letting Oklahoma get out of their zone without some troubles. Step up there by Busby, tries to get it down the boards, just not able to, but it comes to Josephson. Josephson trying to work through two players. And Josephson certainly looked like he got tied up there trying to head to the net. Chioka absolutely going at it with anyone who gets into his face. So we'll see if there was a penalty on Oklahoma on the Josephson play. And it looks like there will be, as the Wildcats are finally going to get a power play opportunity of their own with 8:26 left to go in the second.
Ladies and gentlemen,
as it's going to be Barone heading to the box as we...
we'd ask that all active and retired military please stand as we thank you for your service to our country. Thank you very much, and we hope you all have a wonderful Veterans Day.
So honoring our former and active service duty members here today. So the Wildcats are wearing their camo jerseys for Military Appreciation Day. So the Wildcats here will set up on their first power play of the game. Opportunity here to take the lead once again after Oklahoma was able to come out in the second period. Get two of their own as the Wildcats answered. So now a chance here as Walker sets it, or Meyer sets it up at the point. Quick shot from Chioka just goes wide. So now the Wildcats look to set up back to the point to Chioka. Chioka to Walker. Walker tried to find Chioka again. Puck just bobbled on him. Now a chance here, Chioka, that one goes wide. Good job here as the Wildcats make Oklahoma collapse in the zone. Quick chance, Jesse Lowell on the side of the net for the sharp angle opportunity, just couldn't get it off. 1:23 left to go. Dylan Walker down to Jesse Lowell. Chioka calls for it. Chioka, quick shot, that one's blocked in a lane. And Oklahoma able to shovel it down the ice. So Dylan Walker, he'll wind it up. Walker dishes it in deep, gets his own self-pass. Back to the point to Chioka as Walker and Chioka cycle. Good pass there from Walker. Chioka gets it across as the Wildcats try to open up some space. Walker, quick shot there. That one off the pads. As that one got deflected on the way through, Walker couldn't get the shot clearly through. As Culbertson Bond has to make another good save. 26 seconds left to go on the power play. Wildcats look to get one more zone rush going. Now Tyler Shetland uses his speed to get down the wing, goes out to the slot, quick shot, great save, another chance and a save, and Culbertson Bond dives back in the crease because there could have been a shot coming again. Ari Rossi, he tries to feed it across the slot. Some incredible opportunities there for the Wildcats. Quick shot there, that one just goes wide. Culbertson Bond smothers the rebound. So the loose puck that was on the side of the net with Culbertson Bond down and out, and he looks like he's struggling. Culbertson Bond playing contortionist in the net on that power play, trying to get from post to post. And maybe it's just his body language, but if an Arizona goalie was down on his knees like that after every play, I'd be a little concerned. But Culbertson Bond has been a wall so far in these last 2 games, so I can certainly understand why, if he feels like he's set to play, you're not pulling him. But the Wildcats here, good offensive opportunities on the power play, back to 5-on-5, see if they can build off of that. Now Josephson, he tries to get some space, circles with it, back to the point. Hodgson over, quick shot, looking for the tip on the side of the net, I think. And a big hit there as Hodgson lined up low along the boards. Hodgson, a sneakily physical player who enjoys laying the body when he can. Still one of the younger defensemen on this team. He's really taken some big steps between last season and this season. He's kind of filled a little bit of that Cameron Timor role on the back end, being the physical guy. Erickson gets sent down to the ice. Now Oklahoma, if they can get over the line, 3-on-2. But Lowe has to go for a change. Barone takes a bump there from Overland. 3 Wildcats commit down to the corner. Make Mondau's life difficult. That allows the Wildcats to get an outlet. 5:17 left to go, all tied up at 2. Wildcats were up 1-0 after the first. Oklahoma got 2. And then Sam Myers was able to tie this game back up. So 5:11 left, still some work here to do in the second period, and hopefully a lot of that work is done in the Oklahoma zone as the Wildcats need to get an offensive burst going here, as Chad Berman's going to decide to take a timeout with some tired skaters on the ice. So definitely like the timing of that timeout there after the icing. Some guys that have been out there for a little bit longer than you'd like. So we'll see what the message is here from Coach Chad Berman. Don't think he's going to be drawing up anything specific since they are on the penalty kill, but just give the guys a little bit of time to rest. So I might have been mistaken there. That might not have been an icing because a new group of 5 comes over the boards for the Wildcats. So Chad Berman maybe just taking the timeout to settle things down, as Oklahoma has the offensive zone draw here. Swiger in to take it for the U of A. Great job to win that puck there by Swiger. So Fisher to Walker, just in his skates, but Swiger recovers it. Tries to get the little reverse pass back to Lowell, but just couldn't quite connect. So now Walker, he'll dump it in deep. Jesse Lowell gets on his horse, and Barone gets crunched by him. Jesse Lowell enjoys those dump-in plays when he can really get on his horse and get defensemen looking over their shoulder because they know that hit's coming. Drop pass here to no one. Wildcats recover. Walker settles down the puck that was kicked by Fisher. Now Lowell pulls it through his man. Lowell feeds middle to Swiger. Tristan Swiger just can't get through the layers, as OU content to dump that out of the zone. Goldsvig, he'll play it. Wildcats trying to take advantage of possibly a line change here, and Tyler Shetland in all alone. Shetland in Deeks, and Culbertson Bond sprawled out to make the save. That is the 3rd time that Culbertson Bond has absolutely robbed Tyler Shetland as Culbertson Bond gives him a little tap on the pants saying, sorry, bud, not letting you get one today. But what a great crisp outlet pass there to send Tyler Shetland in. Just not able to beat out Culbertson Bond, who stayed with him the whole way and sprawls out in the butterfly to seal off the bottom of the net. Shetland just couldn't quite elevate it. And we saw against Utah that hat trick from Shetland. He loves that backhand play. So play blown dead here. Might have been a hand pass, might have been a high stick. It's one thing that's nice about having a color person in the booth. They can educate you on what you missed. But Garrett Kane taking over the social media today. So a little bit short-handed on the media team side of things, so hopefully get Garrett back in the booth soon. So now this puck comes back to the point. Busby who just holds it up and waits. Chioka pulls to the middle, tries to get the shot through, but Oklahoma with 6 in the lane. 3:50 left to go in the second. Brought over the line by Eddie Slack. He'll challenge Goldstein. Slack tries to turn up and pull it back. Can't stick with it. Oklahoma not able to clear the zone. Now Slack feeds middle. Quick shot. Culbertson Bond fights that one off. So the Wildcats here trying to make sure they take care of things in their own zone as they've started to put the offensive pressure on, but a turnover at the blue line. Sadler in. Quick shot. Golsvig able to make the pad save. Looking to go 5-hole on Golsvig, but he seals it off at the last second. Comes out to try to play it. Can't get a paddle on it, but the Wildcats in support punch it out to the red line. So now Tristan Glass sets it up for Oklahoma. Dominchuk, cross ice dump. Plenty of time and space there, but Overland mishandles the puck. That's why you stay on the forecheck. People make mistakes more than you think. So now the Wildcats have to recover here. Hodgson takes his man hard into the boards, and the Wildcats do get possession back. Uses the very tippy top of the glass and gets it out to center ice. So Oklahoma will change out a couple bodies. They try to feed Malco middle. He does a good job to touch that into the zone. So no icing on that. Swiger back out there now. Ziegler takes a hit, goes into Swiger, and they both go down. So now Barone. Little touch pass to the middle, skated onto by Sinclair. He gets knocked down along the boards. Wildcats almost had an opportunity to spring Lowell and Walker on a 2-on-1. So a couple different hand signals here from the ref. I thought for a second maybe they were going to pull Lowell for charging, but luckily that is not the case. So this one will come all the way into the Oklahoma zone. Swiger in to take the face-off with Walker and Lowell up front. 1:58 left to go. Oklahoma wins that face-off. Lowell happy to cut off the boards, though. Now Swiger tries to skate it in. Nice little move there as he gets it over to Walker. Walker tries to drag it through his man, but turns it over. Well, now it's going to be pain for Oklahoma. Quick shot, good job, but with the block there, so the Wildcats can try to turn it back up ice. Lowell now looks to go down the boards. He takes a huge hit there from Horn. So you got to think Lowell's going to take a number. Busby to Lowell. They look to go middle to Josephson. Lots of sticks in the way, but Josephson able to corral it just long enough to keep possession alive. Another good shot block there by Oklahoma forces the Wildcats back. Busby overskates the puck, then he takes a hit. They almost turn it over. Busby's having some trouble getting up here, but he's going to stay out on the ice as he now skates over to the bench in a bit of discomfort, so hopefully Busby no worse for wear. Just took a bit of an awkward hit there along the boards. Lowe gets hit there, but able to maintain it just long enough for Dominchuk to skate onto it. Glass gets involved for Oklahoma. 4-man scrum along the near boards. Almost becomes a 6-man one before the puck squirts out. So Erickson up at the blue line hoping for a pass, but nothing going there. Now Oklahoma starting to ramp up the physical play along the boards as they're looking to line up people whenever they can. Hodgson can't get the shot through, and Oklahoma trying to spring the breakaway, but it'll come in. Golsvig comes out to play it, gets it up to the blue line, so a good job there by Golsvig, good composure. As we wind down the final seconds of the second period. So the Wildcats will exit this one tied 2-2 with Oklahoma. Certainly a little bit more chippy animosity in that period. Sam Myers able to get the goal back for the Wildcats to keep it tied. So we will head into the third period 2-2. And we'll be back with you after the intermission to drop the puck on the third period. This is Wildcat Hockey. Coming off that UNLV weekend, some tough fought battles out in Las Vegas, but speaking with Coach Berman and Tanner, they said you had one of your best weekends. How do you feel your game's coming together so far over the course of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I just try to play a role for the team, contribute whenever I can. It was 2 tough losses, not the result that we wanted, but we took some positives and negatives from that. We got practice this week getting ready for Oklahoma, so we're just looking to bounce back, take the positives, and we'll see them when we see them next.
And speaking of your role, how do you kind of see your role on the team this season? You know, a little bit up and down the lineup at times compared to last season, maybe a bit of a different role. How do you see that?
Yeah, I mean, kind of just help in whatever situations I can. You know, obviously got to be good on our D side. That's kind of most important for us. We got depth, so offense kind of just comes when it comes. But yeah, kind of just work defense out and then see what happens from there.
And speaking of those battles, a guy who was always battling, Connor Ziegler, you've been playing on a line with him this season. How do you feel your guys' games complement one another?
Yeah, Ziggs has been awesome for us all year. He's every situation guy for us, especially on the PK. He's a guy that we lean on a lot, so a lot of props to him. It's been great to watch him. Definitely we've been working a lot together this year, building some chemistry. You know, he's a great F1, and we kind of just bounce each other, try to support each other all over the ice and attack from there. So it's been fun with him.
And over the course of the season, you know, we've seen Ziegler step up some big shot blocks, some big moments. How does a guy like that get you going and playing on a line with him, and how does it get all the boys on the bench going when you see a guy battling that hard?
Yeah, I mean, he's always doing the hard stuff, so it's, you know, it's hard to look at that and not want to do that for him too. He's putting his body on line for us, so, you know, I think everyone looks at that and kind of wants to repay the favor.
Why wreck? A simple question, right? Well, the answer might surprise you. What makes you show up? Gets you out of bed? Drives you after studying? What makes you put on your suit? Swipe in? Pack up? Why wreck? The answer is as personal as you. Take that first step and make us part of your day. Dive in. If no one invests in you, invest in yourself. If no one believes in you, believe in yourself. Show up. Show up by hitting the court, the trail, the weight room, the cardio machines. Show up for your friend, your team, your family, and more importantly, yourself. I could keep going, but I think you're getting the picture. Here at Campus Rec, you matter. No matter your ability, where you come from, or who you are, step out of your comfort zone. You may come to realize that that leap of faith is more a leap of fun. Campus Rec is your house. Whether you show up at South Rec at sunrise, North Rec at night, or Bear Down Rec after a break. Whenever, wherever, however you rec like a Wildcat. Because here at the University of Arizona, everyone has their own reason to rec. What's yours? Make Campus Rec part of your day.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, as we get set for the start of a very important third period. The Wildcats came into the second with a 1-goal lead. Oklahoma scored consecutively to get it to 2-1, but Sam Myers responded to tie the Wildcats back up in what is a must-win game for this Wildcats group after losing in overtime yesterday. Military Appreciation Day here. Wildcats certainly want to get a win in these camo uniforms, as Oklahoma looked like a drastically different team in the second. At the beginning of the first, the Wildcats for about the first 16 minutes completely dictated the flow of the game. But coming into the second period, Oklahoma made the adjustments, was able to pressure Goldsvig. Certainly had no chance on the first one. A little bit of a mishandle of the puck by him on the second, but he did a great job to regain his confidence, continue to play the puck throughout the period. And Culbertson Bond down at the other end has been fantastic for Oklahoma, robbing Tyler Shetland on 3 separate occasions, as well as a number of other Wildcats. So now the goal will be to create those offensive opportunities that have been there, but finally beat Culbertson Bond. Hopefully a couple times here to stretch the lead out for the Wildcats. So the refs do a little bit of maintenance down on the Wildcats end. Gonna get the posts all settled into the ice. So preparing to drop the puck here on the third period. Everyone just a little skate to keep the legs fresh as the refs have a discussion. And we're trying to figure out the best way to solve the issue with the goal and with the ice. So like I said before, just to avoid any copyright probability on YouTube, just since we don't know how long this might go on for, we're gonna kill the mic for now. But as soon as the action's ready to go, I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, have absolutely no idea what was going on there, but we are ready to drop the puck on the third period. Wildcats with a must-win game here, especially trying to get it done in regulation. Wildcats fully have the ability to. It's just about beating Culbertson Bond now. OU not able to keep that turnover in. That one gets popped way up in the air. Swigert gets in, throws a hit there. So good job by Swigert to get the hit on Barone after he picked a bit of an edge. So trying to spring Jesse Lowell down the wing. Lowell skates onto the puck. Lowell shot and he scores! The captain, Jesse Lowell, with a beauty of a snipe, beats Culbertson Bond between the blocker and the pad. And the captain sets the tone immediately. Wildcats up 3-2. Jesse Lowell doing it all as he usually does. Talk about a coach's dream of a player, but what a great outlet pass there. Didn't see who got it off the boards, but just perfectly weighted. Falls down to the feet of Jesse Lowell, and he goes blocker's side on Culbertson Bond and beats him clean.
Goal scored by number 18, Jesse Lowell. Time of the goal, 27 seconds of the third period. Again, Wildcat goal scored by number 18, Jesse Lowell.
So Jesse Lowell drawing back into the lineup today. Such an impactful player for the Wildcats in everything that he does, and gets them back in the lead here 3-2 in the third period. But Oklahoma's going to look to bring it right over back into the U of A zone. Golsvig fights that one off. Little chip off the boards, and they're going to spring Brian Erickson now. Erickson with a beautiful move draws the trip. Erickson goes outside to in, forces the Oklahoma player to get the leg out. And Brian Erickson with some great hustle draws the penalty. So as the Wildcats score the go-ahead goal, they now head to the power play. So a chance to widen this lead. And the Wildcats for a number of seasons have kind of struggled with putting the dagger in, finishing teams off. 2-goal lead here will go a long way towards that in this third period. 18:49 left to go. So the Wildcats not able to get the face-off win, but they do get possession. Now they go back to the point. Chioka waits, quick shot. Good blocker save there, but Lowell fights to get possession back. Now Lowell to Chioka. Chioka, quick shot into the chest of Culbertson Bond. So the Wildcats will get another offensive zone face-off. Interesting little statistic brought to us by our production manager here is that this YouTube channel founded 9 years ago, the anniversary of the first YouTube broadcast by the U of A. Certainly a lot's changed in 9 years, but the Wildcats looking to score here on the power play. Quick shot there, Culbertson Bond. I don't know if he ever saw it, but luckily it hits him in the shoulder. So for everyone who has supported Wildcat hockey over the years, we thank you for that. Always thank everyone who tunes into the stream. If you can join us here live, can promise it's better in person, but happy to have our fans here on the stream. As Shetland, nice move to get into the zone, stretches things out a bit. Shetland circles the net, quick turnaround shot, trying to pick the far corner. Well, that one gets ramped up into the netting, so 1 minute left to go on the power play. 17:51 left to go in the period and the game, as the Wildcats did a great job to get the lead back early in this period. Always want to play from ahead. The Wildcats with a job to do here in the final 17:45 as Rossi comes away with it. Rossi was maybe looking to find Myers, but finds Overland instead. Now Myers to Overland. Gets it across, quick shot, gets blocked down low, so Rossi retrieves. Good puck possession here by the Wildcats. Now Overland down to Myers. Myers, he takes a quick shot. So the Wildcats starting to collapse the zone. Culbertson Bond can't smother that one, so puck is still loose. Trying to go backdoor there to Myers, but Oklahoma reads that and breaks it up. 20 seconds left to go on the power play. Myers, quick touch pass to Shetland. Tries to go back to Myers, just couldn't connect, but he would have been all alone. So the Wildcats, 8 seconds left to go. Overland to Myers. Myers looks for a lane. Penalty is about to expire, so the Wildcats have to be aware of that man breaking from the box. But he heads straight to the bench, and they get out the player they want to. Now Overland, he just fires it off the back boards, tries to get a rebound out in front. So even though the Wildcats do not complete the power play with a goal, they do force Culbertson Bond to keep working. It's been a busy weekend for Culbertson Bond in the Oklahoma net, but he has been up to the task so far. These score lines would look a lot different without him in net, I think. So now Lowe tries to feed it out of the zone, held in at the point, but goes right back into the chest of Lowe, and he's going to look to break out Mondow. But the Wildcats turn it over. Not able to turn up the ice, but they do get possession. Walker with a little move away from Lowe. Good crisp hard pass there to make sure it gets out of the zone. Lowe is going to get in there first. Great hustle by him as he tries to ring it around, but no one home. Fisher picks it up. Not able to hold it in at the blue line was Barone. He was in a position to get lined up, but the hit doesn't have much behind it. So now Walker quickly over to Fisher. Lowell will skate off, get some fresh legs. Shetland in there first, not able to pick it up. Slack couldn't read the lane there, but he stays all over it. Dogged determination by Slack. Chioka not able to cleanly knock it down, but gets it far enough away from Oklahoma to play catch with his D partner and wind up the breakout again. Chioka, good idea there, trying to get it over to Busby. Just couldn't quite connect. Busby, some nice little edge work there to escape the pressure. Chioka, he throws it far. Down in the far corner, battling away. Myers down there with Josephson. Horn in there for Oklahoma. Josephson and Myers trying to win a puck battle, and they come away with it. Josephson, he skates out to the front, tries to get it on net. Culbertson Bond holds the post as Josephson got dumped by Howe, but a good board battle there by Josephson to come away with possession. So now once again, Howe in a battle with Rossi. This puck comes back the other way. Dominchuk trying to get there first, but Chioka seals him off. Good job there by Chioka to rely on his D partner to pick up the puck as he takes the body. So now Rossi under a lot of pressure there from Sadler. So the Wildcats need to get this out of the zone as quickly as possible, and they finally do here as Brian Erickson looks to race onto one. His effort drew a penalty earlier in the period as he goes to work. Good hit there behind the net. So Erickson fighting through to keep the puck. Josephson goes down below the net. They try to put it out in front. Culbertson Bond was not able to get a glove on it. And Oklahoma now coming over the blue line. Cavalcanti, quick shot and a good save by Goldsvig. As he might have not gotten tested often, but you certainly need him to be up to the task when called upon, as Oklahoma's their offense has been starts and fits so far. Second period, they looked much more dangerous than the first, and then the third period here, with 13:55 left to go, has not been a lot of pressure in the U of A end, so a good job by them to shut down entries and get pucks out of the zone quickly. Malco in to take the face-off against Barrett. Ref gives them both a warning. Malco able to tie it up. Hodgson tries to get to it, but he took a bit of a spill and it was under him. So we'll see what the call is going to be here as they blew the puck down after it came out from under Hodgson. So puck was blown dead, but they'll drop it in the U of A zone. Another chance for Malco to try to win a face-off against Barrett. Malco ties him up again, gets support from Hodgson, so great job there. If you can't win them clean, get the puck support. Cosden, a little bit of a weak pass, doesn't get it deep enough out of the zone as Oklahoma will chip it right back in. Cosden shortens the stick, tries to settle the puck. Oklahoma's giving Cosden a bit of trouble at the moment, but the Wildcats recover. Malco was calling for that puck, and they just couldn't quite get the pass to him cleanly. So now Barrett tries to feed Joy. Joy into the zone, onside. He takes a hard hit there. So Golsvig plays it over to Fisher. Fisher tries to get the outlet, but Oklahoma seals it at the blue line and looks to dump it right back in off the stick of Walker. Now Fisher. Again, trying to go for that little lob pass down the boards, but held in at the blue line once again. So Oklahoma not able to get possession, but not letting the Wildcats break out of their zone. Lowell, they tried to line him up there, but hit does not connect, and it's right back into the U of A zone. So Oklahoma dump and chase hockey at the moment. Maybe look for the Wildcats to make a mistake of their own, and it's going to be a hand pass ruled here. Play is blown dead once again, and we'll get another face-off in the U of A zone. So even though Oklahoma not really applying the offensive pressure to Golsvig, they've been sniffing around the U of A zone, not allowing breakouts. And we saw yesterday with Tristan Glass when he got the tying goal in the third. It was quick off the rush after Oklahoma stymied the U of A offense for a bit. Glass out there now, quick chance, and that was a nifty little move there to get a shot on Golsvig. That one hits an Oklahoma player, so no icing on the play. Walker gets in. He's trying to strip that puck. Almost gets it over to Lowell, but now Dominchuk picked off there, and Shetland will throw it deep. So the Wildcats, you know, a sign of any good team is being able to close out a game with a lead. The Wildcats looking to do that here as Shetland and Slack try to get a chance off in the slot, but it comes out. And they're going to have Slack go into the box along with Howe. So Oklahoma there looked like they had a bit of a rush developing, but extracurriculars behind the play draws the ire of the ref. And I think the Wildcats will take that any day. Matching penalties. Always like to see the refs take both. The rule is always, you know, if you retaliate, you're the one going, but I'm more of a fan of the initiator and the retaliator going. So 4-on-4 hockey here once again. Second time this game we've had matching penalties for the extras behind the play. But now Oklahoma not able to break it over the line as Josephson did a great job to seal off that chance. Now Chioka with his head up tries to bring it in. Josephson in support. Now Chioka all alone out in front, and Culbertson Bond with a terrific blocker save, robbing Chioka. Culbertson Bond, this game could easily be 7-2 at this point, but he has been fantastic as Chioka was the benefit of a lucky bounce. All alone, plenty of time and space, tries to pick the top corner, and Bond is just up to the task. So the Wildcats getting a couple fresh skaters on. Josephson feeds it to one of those, which is Overland. And he's going to be happy to just wind it up. Wildcats want a change. Oklahoma was able to interrupt it there to begin with, but now they get the guys on the ice they want. 1 minute left to go on the 4-on-4. Dylan Walker over to Swiger, back to Walker. Walker out in front, just goes wide on the glove side as he was able to settle that puck down and get a shot away, but just the backhand rolls off the stick a little bit and it goes wide. Now Payne for Oklahoma. They're driving the net. Mondow just couldn't get a stick on it. So mirror plays at both ends of the ice as both teams look to go for the nifty one touch out in front. Now Walker will wind it up again. Chips in and chases all on his own. Dueling 16s there with Barone and Walker, but Barone gets the best of it. So now Barone takes the space given to him. Dump and chase, find your own pass. Follow it up here. So a good job by Mondow to create his own space. They look to go down to Barone, challenged hard there. Langus did a good job. And now Shetland, he's going to come out with speed. Shetland tries to feed it back. Eddie Slack, and a good save by Culbertson Bond. Wildcats need to hustle to get back on defense. So Slack, who had a terrific goal yesterday with a wired wrister, almost gets another opportunity there. He does get another opportunity there, but he almost buries another opportunity there. as now Myers comes over the line. Myers takes the space. Myers dropped to Slack, and that one just hit someone on the way through. Quick shot there. Culbertson Bond can't find it. Quick, another shot and a chance out in front, and somehow Slack couldn't bury that one. I think an Oklahoma stick got in the way. Culbertson Bond was completely down and out, and Eddie Slack just couldn't bury it. Quick shot from Chioka. That hits a man. He follows it up. Another shot, and he scores! Nicholas Chioka! The initial shot gets blocked. He follows it up and picks the corner. What a goal there, as Nicholas Chioka has been all over it tonight. Probably one of the more vocally active players between the discussions of Oklahoma and the U of A. But Nicholas Chioka takes the space, follows up his own shot, and absolutely buries it on Culbertson Bond, who has been so difficult to beat. But looking back at the replay, Culbertson Bond trying to fight through a screen to see that puck, barely sees it at the last second, stretches out the blocker, but it's not quick enough, as the wrist shot of Nicholas Chioka beats him high. And the U of A bench is buzzing. So unassisted for Nicholas Chioka, as he continues to get points on the season, being such an important piece on the back end for the offensive presence. And now the Wildcats up 4-2 in the third period. Hodgson, he's going to get in a little chirping match there. It is fascinating to me just how much these teams do not like one another. They haven't played each other in 4 years. They're in very different places in the standings, but since Oklahoma came in and played spoiler yesterday, obviously the frustration of the Wildcats turning to taking a little bit of joy here and hopefully beating Oklahoma off of their own home ice. So now a chance here and a quick shot. Culbertson Bond with another save. That one just gets wrapped off the end boards, trying to look for something out in front, but now Payne, he'll get it through, almost catches low on the breakout pass. He takes a shove there. Good job by Malco to lay up on the hit, not risk heading to the box. Discipline will be key for the Wildcats with 7:55 left to go. Now Fisher with a quick shot, looking for a double tip out in front, and Culbertson Bond gets it, and now Lowell is gonna get into it, and a huge pile up behind the net. So Jesse Lowell, Tristan Swiger getting very acquainted with Oklahoma's top line. 37 Mondow. Still a bit of a wrestling match here on the ice. That was Sandoval actually who was involved in it. So Sandoval and Lowell laying down the body. Things getting feisty with 7:50 left. Like to see that pushback from the Wildcats. You want to be a team that's difficult to play against. I think Oklahoma gave a couple extra shots the Wildcats did not appreciate whatsoever. So it's going to be Sandoval heading to the box. He's pretty well and heated. Looks like Lowell's going to be going in there too. So Barone, the only one in the box for Oklahoma. So it's looking like they're going to end up getting a power play out of this scrum. Just as I talk about the discipline and unnecessary penalties, Wildcats get a little bit ahead of themselves with a 2-goal lead. Possibly end up shorthanded here. Definitely always love to see guys sticking up for one another. Just depends how this penalty situation shakes out. And I keep mentioning the body language between Culbertson Bond and Golsvig. I think Culbertson Bond has just kind of been stretched to his limit here, or it's just the way he likes to relax. But anyone on the stream, haven't seen many goalies that quite have the body language of Culbertson Bond. Well, it doesn't matter what he looks like in between whistles. He's been fantastic during play. So this is going to come down into the Arizona zone. So guessing Oklahoma will be on the power play. It just depends how long So it's just going to be 2 minutes. Guessing all 3 guys in the box are going to go for roughing. Sandoval and Barone will get matching. And then Lowell also in the box. But Jesse Lowell, one of the best penalty killers for the Wildcats. Sandoval as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a different look. Most likely Josephson going to go to work with Ziegler. Not quite sure, but Oklahoma trainer hustling out to the locker room. Whenever you see a trainer running onto the ice, your eyes start darting around thinking something terrible happened, but luckily you're just heading off to the locker room. So now we're waiting for the play to get restarted here. I think Culbertson Bond's getting the ref's attention with a little bit of the quality or situation of the ice in the crease. But with a power play here, Oklahoma looking to dig themselves out of the 2-goal hole. Big penalty kill here. Penalty kill has been solid for the Wildcats so far this afternoon. They need to keep that up. So Payne holds at the point. Now Blake goes down low to Glass. He tries to go bar down. And that one might have gotten broken up by Cosden. So the Wildcats looking to kill off a critical penalty in the juncture of this game. It takes a lot of courage to run on the ice like that. It's a braver man than I am. The sprint and slide, kudos to the Oklahoma training staff with the skills, but the Wildcats need to kill off this penalty. Puck battle out in front in between everyone skates. Somehow pulled out of the pile by Josephson. Great hand-eye coordination there. He tries to go around a man, but his dueling number 11, Payne, just lines him up. So credit to Payne there as he saw Josephson wanting to cut to the middle. And I am definitely not going to make the pun about Payne's name being Payne. And that's going to draw a crowd as Golsvig had it covered. The Oklahoma player comes in and pops it out of his glove, and he's going to the box. That was just a poor, undisciplined decision. It was under the glove of Golsvig. Whistle had gone. He pokes it out from under the glove. It's going to be matching, though, for the Wildcats here, as obviously you're going to go back at the guy who just poked at your goalie. So it'll be Sadler going to the box for Oklahoma, Fisher going to the box for the U of A. So 3's a crowd in the U of A box during this penalty. A little bit of extra bonding time for the boys, and guessing those are going to be matching penalties. So see if we end up, we were already, so Oklahoma was on a power play. So it looks like it's going to be 4-on-5 still. That was what would make the most sense to me, but I am pretty horrific at guessing what the ref's intentions are. So I've found over the past 2 seasons, just let things marinate and comment once it's all sorted itself out. So Oklahoma still on the power play. Wildcats 4 skaters. They're going to bring the face-off out of the zone since those were matching penalties. Be interested to see how early Oklahoma decides to pull Culbertson Bond. Can't imagine that it would be on this power play. Walker, good job there to just pull the puck out of the crowd and send it down. 7:04 left to go in the period. 1:10 left to go in the power play for Oklahoma. So the Wildcats look to line up low, but he does a great job to avoid that hit there from Busby. So now Mondow drops it back to Payne. Payne and Mondow, 2 of the top scorers. Quick shot there, but a block out in front. Glove down, though. Good play there by Bassett. Quick shot. Golsvig sounded like it hit him, but maybe hit a player out in front. Now Payne tries to settle it down under pressure. Quick shot there. Golsvig finds it through the traffic, and Luke Busby comes absolutely flying in to make sure that no one's going near Golsvig after that whistle. I will say that's something I love about the game of hockey, just the unwritten rule of you don't touch the goalie. Definitely not like the olden days where Any touch of the goalie would have ended up with a lot of blood and chiclets on the ice. A little bit more shovey and grabby nowadays at the NHL level and the ACHA level. You just give a guy a face wash, a headlock, more so that kind of stuff. But you establish that territory of no entry in front of the goalie. So Golsvig, he's been solid so far tonight. This afternoon, we'll see what Oklahoma can do on this power play as they've got 30 seconds left to work with, and a diving play by Will Josephson. He might be a Maple Leafs fan, but I definitely still am a big fan of Will Josephson laying the body out to get the puck out of the zone. That type of play gets everyone going, but a quick shot there right into the chest of Golsvig, and now you can see the barrier to no entry has been set up in front of him. As Langus posts up to make sure no one's getting within 5 feet. So the Wildcats here, 13 seconds away from completing the penalty kill. Not sure who will hop out of the box. I'm guessing it's going to be Sandoval coming out, or Lowell. And then the matching guys staying in. So yeah, Lowell standing up now in the box, getting ready to head out. Is Barone on the other end. He's looking to get out of the box as well. Always keeping in mind that breakout play from the guy coming out of the box, but Jesse Lowell, good job there to not play the puck before he hopped out of the box, as that would be another penalty on him. I've seen that before. Guys hop out of the box, still in the box, making their way out, touch the puck, and head right back in. So Lowell, good job there to not make that the case. Good save there by Golsvig. And that'll mean Sandoval and Barone both skate out of the boxes as well. Back to 5-on-5 with 5:32 left to go. Wildcats up 4-2 here. Goals coming from Jesse Lowell and Nicholas Chioka here in the third period to reestablish the Wildcat lead. Now Hodgson looks to go middle. Good pass there to Walker. He feeds Lowell. Can Lowell get to it first? Barone plays it, but Walker finds it. Almost cut middle, and him and Lowell would have been all alone with plenty of time and space, but Oklahoma bangs it off the boards, and the Wildcats will set back up. Now Lowell through the middle of the ice. Nice little self-pass. Now Lowell looking for Shetland. Just can't quite connect. Lowell lines up Barone. I think Lowell might have held off on that hit a little bit. What a great job by Walker to poke the puck away from the ice. Now Walker looks to deke it around to Shetland. He can't get the shot away. But what a great job by Walker to set that play up. Now the Wildcats with fresh legs off the bench hem Oklahoma in for the moment. And Myers putting on the pressure at the blue line. Slack, he gets in the lane. Wildcats not giving Oklahoma any time and space here. I think Golsvig might have fell for Mondow calling back here, back here, back here. Luckily, it did not end up on his tape. Myers with a nifty little move. He's got some confidence moving through the zone. Myers through 4 defenders, gets in all alone, tries to drop it back to Slack. But Myers, what great patience and poise to pull that puck through 4 Oklahoma defensemen. Now Chioka back to Myers. Myers with a quick shot and a great blocker save there once again. Culbertson Bond, his blocker has just been dynamite so far. Josephson gets it over. Quick chance here, and they try to go high on him again, but just goes over the top of the net. Now Ari Rossi working down below as the Wildcats get some fresh players behind the play. Ari Rossi making things difficult there, along with Will Josephson. 3:30 left to go in the third. Swiger will just touch that into the zone. Ari Rossi gets in on the forecheck, and he's going to get to the puck first. Just not able to get it up to his point man. And now Cavalcanti flies it to the middle. Looked like Swiger knocked that down with a high stick, and he did. So we will be back at the Tucson Arena December 1st and 2nd to take on UNLV. Those games are both 1 p.m. starts. We'd love to have you join us in person. Thank you again to everyone on the stream for tuning in, as this has been a much better effort from the Wildcats here. Second period, a little bit sketchy at times in terms of the structure, but they got things together. First and third period were the types of periods the Wildcats can take a lot of pride in moving forward. Lowell somehow fishes that out of the pile. Now they get it over to Fisher. Lowell, he'll dump it in. No one's going to get in his way. So Jesse Lowell now with a little bit of time. Mondow tries to plaster him into the boards. Quick shot there, and that one just trickled wide. Looked like Swiger got a lot on it, and it just got tipped. So now Swiger back with it again. Goes back to Fisher. Fisher with a quick shot. Culbertson Bond. Jesse Lowell all in front. Nothing to see for Culbertson Bond. So a good job there to take the shot from the point. Lowell with the soccer pass. They get it back to the point. Chioka will recover. Just couldn't handle it cleanly. So skate it back. Get a line change. Certainly the Wildcats happy to keep that type of flow going. The Wildcats here trying to break up the play at the red line, and they do. Shetland, they're not able to seal him off. Now Eddie Slack. Slack tries to go back to Shetland, but that was read the whole way. So now Chioka over to Slack. Quick shot. That was Myers there, but Myers with all the time and space in the world, he's going to shake the head and look up to the rafters. For any Oklahoma fan, you certainly have yourselves one heck of a goalie, as he has kept Oklahoma in this entire weekend, really. Not allowed the Wildcats to run up the scoreline on a number of just amazing chances. So now Myers battling hard there. Slack pulls it through the legs, but comes out to Oklahoma. Dominchuk gets over to Glass, kind of toe-picked, but kept going with it. Now in the corner, 3-on-3 battle here as Dominchuk tries to pull it out of the pile, and he does. Dominchuk holds it on the backhand, goes back to the point. 1:05 left to go in the game. Good block there by Slack. So Myers looking to see just who's with him and how much space he has. Oklahoma with 50 seconds left to go. It would be interesting to see if they do decide to pull Culbertson Bond or not, as score lines do matter in the ACHA. Probably guessing they're not that inclined to. So Ziegler is able to keep that one in. Rossi feeds it back to the point to Fisher. Quick shot. Culbertson Bond sticks that one up high. 26 seconds left to go in the game. That one thrown in on Golsvig. He gloves and holds. So with 21 seconds left, even though the announcer curse is very real, have to think the Wildcats are about 21 seconds away from finishing this game up. Getting this much needed win at home after dropping an overtime decision to Oklahoma yesterday afternoon. Good job there for the Wildcats to get possession. 18 seconds left. Josephson will just punch it down the boards, and that will be an icing there. So 12.6 seconds left. They'll do the face-off one more time. Back at the Tucson Arena, December 1st and 2nd to take on UNLV. Then here the 8th and the 9th to take on ASU. Before we break up for the first half of the season. Then we'll be back in January. Good solid effort here from the Wildcats today. Golsvig is going to get his first ACHA win in his first ACHA game. So good to see that out of Groot. And the Wildcats will tie it up, run out the clock, and that is a 4-2 victory on Military Appreciation Day. So it's going to be big pats and hugs for Golsvig. A little bit hard to reach up to the helmet there, but he was solid when they needed him to be. Culbertson Bond at the other end gave it absolutely everything he had, but in the end, the Wildcats take advantage of their opportunities. Nicholas Chioka and Jesse Lowell get the go-ahead goals in the third. Thank you so much for joining us on the stream. Sebastian Janik here. This is Wildcat Hockey.